855-839-1210 on X at Rich Zeoli. I'd like to welcome to the show Frank Scales and Ian McGinnis. They are with Serge Philly, and they are now live here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Frank and Ian, how are you guys?
We're doing great, and thank you for having us, Rich. We really appreciate you.
Thanks,
No,
Rich.
absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
I had a number of people reach out to me over the weekend and say, can you get these guys on the show? And I said, hell yeah, I get them on the show. It'd be great to have them, but I want the exclusive. So this is good. Now, let me make sure. So Ian, you say hi first.
How you doing? What's up?
All right, Ian McGinnis. All right, so that's how you know Ian's voice. If you're not watching us on our YouTube stream or watching this on social. And then Frankie Scales. Frank, you say hi.
How are you doing?
All right, so now we know the difference between the two voices. All right, good. So now, were you guys both together when you saw Krasner sitting there pretending to be a cyclist?
So we weren't together on that day. I actually got a text that he was in the park, so I decided to go down there and really just confront him about us not being allowed at his town hall meetings and about his rhetoric that could lead to political violence. And he met me with aggression and hostility.
So, Frankie, when you say wouldn't allow us, you and Ian have this Serge Philly that you've created. Tell us about it.
So Serge Philly is an organization with the goal to energize the conservative movement in Philadelphia and really save our city from the Democratic machine that has destroyed it for 50 years. So we went to Krasner's town hall, and we already had opinions that were really against Krasner's policies, but we wanted to hear him out, and we also wanted to ask a few questions about illegal guns, about the National Guard. And when we got there, on the first town hall, when we were allowed in, we were told that we weren't going to be able to ask Krasner questions and that we had to write our questions down on a flashcard for a moderator to actually ask Krasner. And we were disappointed, but we sat down and we listened, and we were going to wait for our questions to be answered until Krasner decided to start talking about how Trump is a fascist and how Republicans are fascist and demonizing half of the country. We couldn't stand for that.
And Ian, I remember seeing some of those videos that were out there, Ian McGinnis, and I saw that we played him on the show of him going on about this. And this is as people were having this, we're having this national conversation about toning down the rhetoric, trying to stop with the F word, fascist, the N word, Nazi. Like enough is enough. And Krasner was doubling down on this. I mean, he really was. So those clips were getting out there. So you guys create Serge Philly, and you're both young. I mean, how old are you, Ian?
I'm 20 myself, so I'm 2 years younger than Frank, but we both graduated from the same high school. We're both from the same neighborhood. We really grew up with each other, and we really experienced life together. And in CCP, we're both together in college, and that's really just a liberal echo chamber. So we were really motivated to just throw a wrench in that whole machine and really stick it to them. And that's really the best I can explain it. It was really just something we felt compelled to do deep in ourselves, being Christians, being Republicans. We just couldn't stand for that type of nonsense.
How much did Charlie Kirk's assassination, and well, first let me say this, how much did Charlie Kirk's life influence both of you guys? You can go either one who wants to jump in. Ian, you want to go first?
Yeah, so Charlie Kirk absolutely inspired me 100%. I know he inspired me and Frank, but absolutely, like there would be no Serge Philly if there was no Charlie Kirk. He really, honestly, injected all that spirit, all those, all the knowledge from the conservative movement into the younger generation, into Gen Z and even Gen Alpha. Now we're seeing countless turning point chapters open up on high schools, in colleges by young kids. Frank was at a debate. I was out of town over the weekend. Frank was at the first Serge Philly tour event, Logan Square debate, and he met a 16-year-old kid who was starting a Turning Point chapter on his high school campus, and it's just really inspiring to see that. And I know he touched many people, including me and Frank.
So Frank Scales, Frankie, Frankie, do you like Frankie or Frank? What do you like better?
Frank is fine, but whatever you would like.
No, I want to call you what you like, because a couple of people called you Frankie, but, I mean, unless I get, your permit, I wouldn't want anybody calling me Richie unless they ask first, so, that's how. When Charlie was assassinated, then for you guys and for you, Frank, in particular. I mean, what was that feeling like as you're doing this now? Was there a sense of now we got to double down?
Yes, absolutely. It was a sense that we have to double down. We have to hold politicians accountable and responsible for their rhetoric. And that was a big one. And, that really drove us and in that first town hall meeting. But really, when that happened, it was shock and, quite frankly, horror. It was hard. Me and Ian were sitting in the living room watching it, praying that Charlie would be okay. But, tragically, he wasn't. But, yeah, it really lit a fire in us to work every single day to save Philadelphia and to do whatever we can to continue Charlie Kirk's legacy.
I saw that you guys had tweeted the other day on your Serge Philly account, and in the video that we're about to play, and we'll cue up cut number 1 here, when Frank confronts the district attorney in a public place, in a public setting, as a citizen journalist, has every right to do, even though Krasner threatens to basically, arrest him, accuses you of making up. I don't know. It's funny, for a guy who never prosecutes anybody, he finds a way to essentially say you're breaking the law by talking to him in a park. It's really remarkable to me. But you also mentioned that you've got a big following on TikTok. Have you guys been using that platform a lot?
Yes. So every video, we actually started on TikTok, and Ian, I got to give props to Ian. Ian is awesome. He does a lot of the editing, and, he really got the content out on TikTok where we had initial success. And now we're seeing that success, even more success on Instagram and Facebook.
That's great, because Ian, one of the things the president mentioned the other day was that he wants to go forward with this deal now to have an American company basically, run TikTok so they can keep it, because he mentioned that not only his son Barron, but Charlie too, told him how many young conservatives are on TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And I will have to say, TikTok needs to come to an American buyer. I know President Trump worked very hard to make that happen, and we're excited to see, because TikTok has a problem with censorship, and that is one of the major things that really also made us branch out, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to X. And because we really felt like our message was being censored. Like, I remember our first live stream, we said that there were only 2 genders. And the live actually got taken down. We were banned for a week from going live on TikTok. And that's when we started our Rumble account. But we really haven't been active on there much, because we've quite honestly been focused on growing the other platforms. Mm-hmm. But yeah, TikTok needs to come to an American buyer so we can be protected under the First Amendment and have discourse all the time at any place on TikTok.
And to add to that, I would say that it might be a blessing that it was China that was controlling at first, because our generation got to see the effects of censorship. You are not allowed to have a different point of view on TikTok. It's a total disgrace. And a lot of content creators, including us, we have to make content for different platforms. So if TikTok is going to censor something we're saying, then that's going to affect our ability to say it on other platforms too. So it really has ripple effects throughout the internet. So we're very glad that an American is buying it. And we think that the silver lining is our generation got to see the effects of censorship and the rule that people in China live under and why it's bad.
Yep.
Frank Scales and Ian McGinnis are with me right now. It's great to have them. Serge_Philly is where you find them on X. Serge Philly, it's their site, and they're working to get the message out. 2 young guys energizing Philly to take our city back. We want to help them do it. All right, so let's play the video. And before I play it, so you hear Krasner's at the park, Frank, and you decide, all right, since this guy's not letting us into his town hall meetings, even though they're open to the public, and he's not going to treat you like journalists, even though, you don't need to be a license to be a journalist. You don't have to work for CBS 3 or ABC 6, or you could just be a journalist in this country. It's a beautiful thing about it. But he's not going to talk to you. So you, in a public place, in a public setting, you walk over to him, and he essentially accuses you of a crime. But did I set that up correctly before we play the clip in the video?
Yes.
Great. All right, let's do it. Go ahead, Sean.
I'll tell you what, Frank, just keep lying. Frank, just keep lying. Oh my, I touched your camera. Donald Trump is a fascist.
How is Donald Trump a fascist?
Frank.
How is Donald Trump a fascist?
Frank. Did I ask you to come over and bother me when I'm sitting here drinking coffee in a park? Did I ask you to do that?
You're on public property, brother.
Oh, is that your theory?
Yes.
Frank, you're un-American, Frank. You're
I'm
un-American.
un-American?
You're anti-American.
I'm a resident of this city who cares about public safety. Why are you calling me un-American?
Because you support people who support hate. You don't understand what it means to be a fascist, what people like Adolf Hitler do, how spreading hate, which is something that, frankly, the people you admire do, gets us closer to that. This is about you.
How can you say that
and your
about
ego.
me? Why don't you have a conversation about these things with me? Why are you accusing me?
The reason I would talk to a 22-year-old who disrupts meetings.
Oh, so I'm too young now.
The reason I would talk to a 22-year-old who knows nothing he's talking about meetings is what, Frank? You are welcome to write whatever you want in your non-existent fake paper. You're welcome to do that.
We have more views than your TikTok. We get more views than you.
I mean, that's not true either.
Your one video, that's
not even remotely true.
But
Frank, I'll tell you what, Frank, just keep lying.
Frank,
just keep lying. Oh my, I touched your camera. I'll tell you what, why don't you let the good people of Philadelphia have meetings where you behave yourself?
Why don't you invite the good people of Philadelphia?
We let you in. You're actually not allowed to do this without my permission. This is the second time. I'm not going to do anything about it because I figure there's hope for even you. People deserve a second chance. No matter how un-American you are, anti-American you are, I figure you deserve a second chance.
And you're a public official. Somebody should hold you accountable, which I'm doing. And that's American. That's what America is about. It's about holding politicians accountable and disagreeing and arguing. So you should learn how to do it.
Pretty amazing, Frank. Pretty amazing how many times he threatened you in that video, just for talking to him. He didn't have to answer you. He could have just walked away, but instead he decided to be confrontational, accuse you of being a fascist and supporting. I mean, it was just insane. That's insane. The district attorney of Philadelphia, everything that came out of his mouth, everything.
Yeah, and the question is, he's supposed to apply the law equally across Philadelphia. And if he's so blinded by ideology, if he's so hateful, then how can we trust that he can do that efficiently? Quite frankly, if he's going to demonize half of the people in the United States, how is he going to be a competent and fair district attorney? It doesn't add up.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that real quick. And not only did he threaten to prosecute Frank for filming him in public, he actually said that when he disrupted the meeting at the first town hall, that was also a crime. So, we have a district attorney who's threatening law-abiding people, and quite frankly, somebody who did civil disobedience, something Larry Krasner says he stands for. It's kind of disgusting to me. And also, this is a guy who has a history of malicious prosecution. Like, it's not too long ago this guy got fined $120,000 for maliciously prosecuting two lawyers and misappropriating evidence and stuff like that. And I just think
he's also done that at the cops too. He's also gone after police officers in the city and maliciously prosecuted them as well.
Over 75 times in his career, actually, over 75 times.
And I love the condescending Frank.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously did not respect me as a constituent. He doesn't respect Ian. He doesn't respect young people who disagree with him. And quite frankly, he doesn't respect anybody who disagrees with him. And he's very quick to say that we need to record ICE agents. We need to record all these different people. We need young people to get involved when they agree with him. But when they disagree with him, it's a totally different story. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah, it's such a great point you just made, Frank. He's literally been telling everybody that they have a First Amendment constitutional right and an obligation to record interactions with police, which, yeah, they do. You have a First Amendment right to do so, absolutely. But not with him. Not with the district attorney. If you do that, then somehow you're breaking the law. That's a really great point there. I don't know how that extends where DAs get some sort of camera immunity, but not cops.
And also, he marketed the town hall event as "Be the light, bring the light," and he said that could mean many things, but what it mostly means is get out your cell phone. This is a direct quote: "Get out your cell phone, get out your cameras, and record anything that goes down. If we experience this type of an invasion in Philadelphia, we see a massive ICE presence, whatever it is, get out your phone and record them." And I don't know, somehow it doesn't apply. Like you said, it doesn't apply to him. I just have to say he's so far backwards that he can't see 5 feet in front of him. That's what I have to say.
Ian McGinnis and Frank Scales are with me right now. Serge Philly, they confronted Krasner in the park. The only question, though, Frank, the only thing I'm confused about is why did he think you worked for the Philadelphia Inquirer? Because he said you're non-existent newspaper.
That's a good one. Well, listen, Serge Philly has more followers than Larry Krasner on TikTok and other platforms.
It's true. It's true.
And he tried to deny it, but the numbers don't lie.
They don't.
And unlike you guys, he's got a paid staff, just like Josh Shapiro, I'm sure, of paid staff members who promote his nonsense on social media, whereas you guys are doing it gratis, just trying to grow your presence. And so what if your newspaper at this point is just getting started? I thought in this country we encourage young people to go out there and start new things and be entrepreneurs and create things. We don't, as adults, we're not supposed to mock young people for trying to create things in this country. But, here's Larry Krasner mocking you because you have the audacity to bother him while he's drinking coffee in a park. I mean, like, what a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, it really is disgraceful. And listen, even Larry Krasner is still a child of God. He's been led astray, but he's still a child of God. And we're having debates every Saturday in Logan Square from 4 to 6 p.m. And we would love if he came by and talked to us. There's $1,100 that would be donated to a charity of Larry Krasner's choice if he comes and debates us at Logan Square on Saturday. So we welcome him to come and to speak his mind, unlike he does at his town hall meetings.
You'll even bring him a cup of coffee.
Yes. And I'll say that right now. I pledge I'll bring Larry Krasner a cup of coffee. It'll be ready for him on Saturday.
Guys, keep up the good work. This was fantastic. I enjoyed this. I hope you come back on the show. Let's do this regularly. Keep me posted on all your things and tag me. And I got to do more on TikTok myself. Now that it's going to be American, I'll feel better about doing that. So, yeah, man, let's do it. Best of luck to Serge Philly and to both of you as you keep going. And let's start a partnership here and let's do it, man.
Thanks so much, Rich. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us on.
Frank and Ian, thanks,
Save
guys.
Philly.